Hey guys, what is up? I'm Nigel back again from androguru. One of the biggest concerns today is security. Are you using a secure device in your day-to-day life? That's the question. I know some of you all are going to say, yes, I have a good phone, I have an iPhone. Okay, I agree, iPhones and all the kind of iOS products can be secured to some extent. It's not that they don't get viruses. Now, if you're using Android and different kinds of other desktop systems, there's always a question whether you're using a secure device or receiving data from a secure device. Since security is gone to such a level where also there's progress in virus and different kinds of other things which are malicious, there's always a question whether you should invest in some kind of device that can protect your data and at the same time be secure. This is not something that can stop it from virus or any kind of thing, but this is the device that can keep your data secure. When I say secure, I mean that if you give your device to that friend and the friend is supposed to deliver it to someone else, he might take those files and copy it. That's the usual thing what your friends or your colleagues might do. They might take that data, the pen drive, and go and store it with them for their use, or even circulate to other kind of media, which is a bad thing. I mean, if you trust your friend, that's up to you. But if you're transferring some business data with a lot of weightage in it, then you should invest in something that's going to help you out. One of the devices that I would like to bring to you is the data traveler. This data traveler is made by Kingston. It's a 16 GB data traveler. It's also known as a thumb drive. When I say thumb drive, it means it can protect your data for limited periods of time or even for a lifetime. With the recent craze over the heartbleed bug, now there's a great time to visit ways to protect your information and data. This becomes even more important when data protection and encryption is necessary for your specific career, which may deal with individuals' private information. Although I can't say for sure whether companies use USB sticks to transfer private files, this still poses the idea that this would be an excellent storage source that should require encryption. Thanks to our friends at Kingston, we have the opportunity to just do that. Today I'm taking an in-depth look at the Kingston Data Traveler Vault Privacy 3.0 Antivirus USB Flash Drive. I know that's a mouthful to grasp, but if it's going to be a good, useful product, then spending about $80, that's approximately 5,000 rupees, is worth it if you're going to get the total security and security just itself. What do you feel? This USB flash drive is available in three different models: the Data Traveler Vault Privacy 3.0, or you can choose the antivirus or management ready versions. The drive can also be purchased in 4, 8, 16, 32, and even 64 GB capacities. But today I'm looking at the 16 GB. Kingston has the DTVP 3.0 listed to have read speeds reaching 250 megabytes per second and write speeds reaching 40 megabytes per second over USB 3.0. Meanwhile, the lower capacities feature lower throughput, and the USB, which is 64 GB capacity, has a higher writing speed. The security of the drive is all hardware based, meaning that the drive itself does not require any additional software in order to provide complete encryption or protection to the drive. This just makes encrypting your data that much easier. The USB drive encrypts your data. The USB drive encrypts your data with 256-bit Advanced Encryption Standard, which is also known as AES in XTS mode. But what does that really mean? Essentially, AES takes blocks of 128 bits of data and translates them into a different language, what is known as ciphertext. This is the most basic form of AES encryption, which is referred to as ECB, Electronic Code Book. Each individual block has been translated individually encrypted. The downfall with this encryption is that the pattern used for encryption is easy to spot. Showing you the entire procedure, I plug the device into my Mac. I also have a Windows system which I use, but Mac is more complicated. If you're using a Windows system, it will be the same way and easier. Now, as you can see, there is the DTVP30 CD drive which is loaded here. So what you have to do is activate it, in the sense double click it and go to a folder called Mac. This Mac folder which you see here does not come on the Windows system when you load it. But since the drive detects that it is a Mac system, it opens. After opening that, you go to the Kingston DTVP 3.0 application 4.2 megabyte file and open it. You see this pop-up comes ahead, which is basically the software loading telling you that this is a secure device. You have the hint option, forgot password, the contact information, and the read-only mode that you can set for a person who's viewing the drive. Now since I had already had a password for it, which I used, I'll put in the password and log in. After logging in, you'll see it directly opens the drive in which my files are there. I have the folder of the tech page in which some of my photos are there. So what I will do is, I will eject this drive and go back again and plug it into the same computer and format it deliberately. If you plug it into any other computer, it's going to obviously give you the same pop-up, and if you exceed the number of tries, it's going to automatically format. So plugging it into the same computer, I'll open it again, go to the Mac, DTVP30, and you get the same security option. Now if I put in a password like anything, it's going to keep on denying it. So there are just 2 more attempts left before this thing is totally blocked. And there you go, you get a pop-up saying that you have reached the maximum number of illegal password entry attempts. In order to protect the privacy of the data on your default Privacy 3.0, it is now being formatted and all data is being erased. You will be able to use your default Privacy 30 again when the operation completes. This operation overrides write protection if enabled. So I click OK and it gives me a pop-up of a new password with a confirmation and hint. That means this is a totally secure drive, so if you store information into it and you give it to someone and you are informed that someone to give it to a third party, if that middleman opens the drive and does not know the password, he cannot enter it, so he cannot view your valuable information. This is one of a drive which I've seen. It's also known as a thumb drive because you use your thumb a lot in a day. So you could use this for your business work or different kind of work that you would like to carry out with this drive. I recommend Kingston for this. There are different versions which you could go for, like the 4GB, the 8GB or the 16GB which I've showed you at the moment. There's 32 and even 128. So it's up to you at the end of the day how much data you want to load onto the drive. So as I put the new password, it asks you a very secure password that no one can basically get into. If you like this drive and would like to invest approximately 5,000 rupees, which is also about $80, then go ahead and do let me know if you need any other info about this drive, because I've tried out the 4GB, the 16GB and the 32GB, which is fantastic. I've been using it for over a month now and I'm going to keep it for always because it really falls in handy transferring my private files like my videos which I make to my friends to maybe edit it or put some audio in. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.